Hello and welcome. You are watching KidRockSports.net broadcast of North Medford and Grants Pass High School baseball. Kyle Clements here at J. McAfee Field. My good friend Carter Stedman making his baseball broadcast debut in the booth with us, and on the news behind the lens. Grants Pass leading 1-0 here in the bottom half of the first inning. Pescata on the mound for the Cavemen this afternoon. In the batter's box for North Medford is Brady Craig.
Yeah, Kyle, we saw Grants Pass in the top of the first inning be aggressive early on, able to get a run on the board. North Medford here with a batter's count, runner on first. Great position to get some runners in scoring position.
Pedersen, the left-handed batter, awaits as Pescata throws over to first. Able to work a walk, runners on first and second for the Black Tornado with 1 away.
Number 8, Lindsay Ballard.
Up to the plate, the cleanup hitter batting in the 4th spot, Quincy Ballard. The first baseman from Medford. Cade Pedersen waits on deck for the Black Tornado as Pescata settles in. And outside for ball 1.
Let's go, kid, get a pitch.
Pescata fires one in there. Catches the zone. Count evens up to 1-1. North Medford able to bring a runner home.
Yeah, Kyle, looked like this infield early on, obviously around the pitcher's mound is grass, and then it goes to dirt. Looked at giving the infielders some trouble. We saw it with North Medford at the top of the first inning, too. And as soon as the ball goes from the grass to the dirt, looks to take a jump up. It's going to be something these infielders are going to have to make an adjustment on throughout the game.
Up to the plate in the 5 spot is Cade Pedersen. Catcher for North Medford this afternoon.
Oh, beautiful bunt.
Falls to his knees, throws over first base, a run comes in. Pedersen on his way to second, he'll round and go to third as another run scores for North Medford. They plate 2 on the throwing error from Pescata.
And what a response by this Black Tornadoes offense, Kyle. Like I talked about a little bit ago, Grants Pass jumped out to that early lead. North Medford wasting no time getting on the board.
Up to the plate, this is Reese Thompson, right-handed batter. Pescata fires one in there, catches the zone, 0-1 to Thompson. Misses on the outer third of the plate, 1-1. Pescata delivers high and away, ball 2.
Yeah, Kyle, when you look at North Medford's schedule throughout the year, they're 4-0 in games they score 6 or more runs, 0-3 in games they score 5 or less. So for them to get out to an early lead, get runs on the board, really important for them throughout the course of this matchup.
Hitters count for Reese Thompson at the plate, 3 balls, 1 strike. His teammate at third base threatening to score. Still just 1 away. the bottom half of this first inning. Pesqueda delivers over the head of Thompson, and Thompson works a walk. So runners on the corners with one gone. That does set up the double play possibility for Grants Pass, as we will have an infield meeting. We'll step aside here. North Medford Baseball on Table Rock Sports when you come back.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
When you work with Hart Insurance Agency, you'll experience the quality service and attention to detail that you'll only find with an independent insurance agency. Hart Insurance Agency was founded in 1947 and is one of the largest independent, locally owned agencies in Southern Oregon, with offices in Grants Pass and Medford. Their experienced team of agents have the knowledge to design, place, and to manage your personal and business insurance plans. Find out more. Visit hartinsurance.com.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Super.
Welcome back to Jim Activity Field. Happy to have you aboard on TableRockSports.net. Bottom half of the first inning with North Medford at the plate. This is Colston Stoller. Right-handed batter lays down a bunt, first base line, foul. Pesqueda with runners on the corners delivers, bunt pulled back in time. In there for a called strike.
Yeah, Kyle, and if Stoller's able to get this bunt down, it's going to be a tough play for this Grants Pass defense. Obviously, you have the runner at third. He doesn't have to go, so you got to have your head on a swivel here if you're Grants Pass.
Pesqueda with a look over to first, fires, and it gets past the first baseman. Another run will score. It's another unearned run for Grants Pass, and North lead 4-1. So Thompson able to move over to second, mark it down as an E1 for Pesqueda. Pesqueda delivers and misses outside, 2-1.
Yeah, Kyle, he struggled to find the zone at times throughout this inning. If he can get ahead in these counts, make it favorable to him as the pitcher, it would go a long way for this Grants Pass defense.
Pesqueda staring down home, fires outside, 3-1. Up high, missing upstairs. North able to work yet another walk as Stoller reaches. Merrick Jonassen to the plate. Pesqueda now with two runners on the base paths to worry about, fires in a strike, 0-1. No balls, one strike, still just one out. The bottom half of this first inning. Pesqueda fires in there for a called second strike.
Yeah, great job framing that pitch as well by the catcher. Looked like that ball could have been a little low. Able to get that ball up in the zone, called for a strike.
Kyson Sheed waits on deck for North Medford. Pesqueda trying to stop the bleeding here in the bottom of the first. Jonassen connects and fouls away. Pesqueda taking his time in between pitches. Curveball misses outside. 1-2. Pesqueda fires one in, fouled away. Pesqueda checking on the runner at second. Sayers back to home, fires in, gets him with a curveball. Drop third strike. No, not a drop third strike. Good catch made by the catcher as Jonathan goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning.
Yeah.
Dyson Scheid, bottom of the order.
Credit to Nathan Bassett, the catcher there for Grants Pass. He's had a couple nice saves. He's trained the ball well in the zone, obviously coming up with a big-time catch there as well behind the plate.
Pesqueda now an out away from stopping the bleeding. He misses upstairs, ball one. The 1-0. Low in the dirt, 2-0. Pesqueda, the 2-0. Ground ball back into his glove. Underhand toss to first, and the side is retired, but not before North gets through their entire batting order. And with 4 runs to show for it on just 1 hit, make it 3 Grants Pass errors in the bottom half of the first. Black Tornado lead 4-1 when we come back.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes,
parents,
community members,
anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes in stripes, people like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Welcome back to North Medford High School. Top of the second inning, Black Tornadoes lead at 4-1. Action-packed first inning on both sides offensively. And up to the plate for Grants Pass. It'll be Ryan Klenn, the first baseman, up to the plate for his first at-bat of the day as he falls behind 0-2. Ball fouled off down the first base line as Klenn continues to battle here for the Cavemen. And Pedersen's going to hit him there on the 4th pitch of the at-bat. Just like that, similar to what they did in the first inning, Kyle. First batter of the inning on base for Grants Pass.
Yeah, absolutely. Always tough to hit a batter when you're ahead in the count, 0-2 as well. Just a curveball that came out just a bit wrong.
As Klenn finds his way to first base, Tyler Meek up to the plate next for Grants Pass. First pitch high and outside for a ball. Ball hit to third base, double play opportunity here for Grants Pass. Able to get the guy at first, no throw to, or excuse me, able to get the guy at second, no throw to first base, and 1 out for North Medford.
Yeah, important to get the lead runner there. Would have liked to turn 2 if you're North Medford, but you settle for the lead runner going down.
That'll bring up Ryan Sadivy for Grants Pass, hitting in the 8 spot for the Cavemen. Runner on first, 1 out, 4-1 lead for North Medford. First pitch, ball outside. Ball thrown to first base behind the first baseman. Runner will not advance. As Glenn makes a decision not to advance to second.
Would have been interesting. I think it would have been close at second. Just a little too late at looking behind him and finding exactly where the ball went.
Second pitch in play. Going to be a tough one. Went to the first baseman. He didn't know where to go with it. Quincy Ballard, ball popped up in the air off the ground. Awkward spot there between the pitcher and the first baseman. Just nowhere really to go with the ball there.
Yeah, with the runner on first, the infield always thinking double play, and that's what causes him to check second first, but Clem had already arrived.
That'll bring up Max Hayes, runner on first and second for Grants Pass. 2 on, 1 out. Great opportunity for the Caveman to get back in this game early. First pitch from Pedersen called strike.
One heck of a strike call from the
I was gonna say, Kyle, you know, we're a ways up here in the stadium, but that ball comes right back at us for a foul ball.
Did you think that was gonna hit you?
It was close. Okay. If that gets over the net, that's a real problem. 0-2 count for Hayes. Runner on first and second. Swinging balls popped up back behind the North Medford dugout. Able to avoid the cars here back behind the baseball stadium. Count stays at 0-2. Ball hit right up at the pitcher. He's not able to ground it. Grants Pass sending a guy home, and he's going to score. Great base running there from the Caveman. Tyler Meek able to come across for Grants Pass, making it 4-2. Kyle, North Medford struggling in both innings early on really to field the ball in the infield.
Yeah, right there. Just an unlucky deflection really off the glove of Pedersen. Shortstop was on his way to second to try and turn the double play, and North get caught looking ahead.
Gonna have a meeting on the mound. Looking at the stats so far, North Medford does lead at 4-2. However, Grants Pass 4 runs just to North Medford's 1. Defense proven to be a pivotal one here. We've had a couple loose balls behind first baseman, a couple errors along the infield as well. Grants Pass 3 errors to North Medford's 1. As it's back to the top of the order for Grants Pass, it'll bring up Trayton Powers for his second at-bat of the day, able to find the bases on his first at-bat. Runners on first and second, 1 out.
Good curveball.
Powers wanted to take a look at it, wasn't able to get a full swing across. Down in the count, 0-1. Strike 2 called, looked a little low in the zone, able to find the bottom of that strike zone. Pedersen leads the count 0-2. Ball outside from Pedersen.
Yeah, you don't mind missing there if you're Pedersen. That's where you caught the zone on the last pitch. You might as well go back to the well.
North Medford hoping to turn a double play here on the ground. Ball, swung on and missed. Second out of the inning as down goes Powers. 2 on, 2 out for Grants Pass. Evan Valenzuela up to the plate. Lefty on lefty matchup here from the mound and the plate. That'll be a ball outside from Pedersen.
Yeah, good take from Valenzuela. It can be tough to lay off when a curveball's moving across the zone like that, especially at a decreased speed.
The 1-0 pitch just inside. Valenzuela leads the count 2-0. Pivotal point here early on in this matchup. Grants Pass, runner in scoring position. North Medford trying to get that third and final out of the inning. That is going to be a strike one. Pedersen able to find the zone there on the outside. 2-1 count. Ball looks to be going foul down the third baseline, and no one is going to be able to get to that. As that one drifted back over to what I would assume is a softball field, maybe the dugout. And that puts us at 2-2. Twos across the board for Grants Pass. That ball's fouled off again by Valenzuela. Great job staying alive here in the count. That pitch low and outside. Full count here. Pedersen trying to get his team out of the inning here and get back to the bats where they were so effective in the first inning. The payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Pedersen able to get him chasing low, and North Medford will head into the bottom of the second inning with a 4-2 lead. We'll step aside briefly here from North Medford High School. You're watching North Medford Baseball.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Welcome back here to the bottom of the second inning from Medford, Oregon. Beautiful sunny day, a little bit of wind, and not too many clouds in the sky. Beautiful day for baseball. As we approach the bottom of the second inning, the home team, North Medford, leads at 4-2 after what has been an action-packed first couple innings, Kyle. A lot of hits, a lot of errors in this game. Yeah. Nevertheless, fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been an entertaining game. 4-2 after 1.5 innings.
It'll be Benny Morgan to the plate for North Medford. First pitch swung on and hit out to center field. And that will be brought in by Max Hayes, the center fielder, able to get under it there for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Braden Poff for the Black Tornado. Center fielder for North Medford looking to get this offense back and rolling like it was early in the first inning. First pitch swung on and missed, and he'll fall behind in the count 0-1. That ball hit over the left side. That will be a base knock for North Medford as they're able to get a runner on as it's Braden Poff with the single out to left field.
Yeah, good contact by Poff there. Saw it the whole way. Able to follow through and get aboard safely.
That'll bring on the lefty Brady Patterson. Saw him during the basketball season, Kyle, multi-sport athlete, as the southpaw looks to get to work here in the second. 1 on, no out for North Medford. The delivery low. We'll get a timeout and a visit to the pitcher's mound here. After a short meeting between Eric Pasqueda and Nathan Bassett, we will resume to action here. 4-2 North Medford, 1 on, 1 out for the Black Tornado, bottom of the second. That ball hit down the first base line, fielded, and we will just get the out at first. Good play there by Ryan Klenn to just collect the ball, get the easy out, not try to force anything there. That'll bring Quincy Ballard to the plate with a man in scoring position and 2 outs, as North looks to build on their 4-2 lead here in the bottom of the second. Pitch on the way from Pasqueda. That'll be a called strike 1.
Important here for Pasqueda to not worry about the runner at second. Head in the count, 0-1.
Pitch on the way, swung on and fouled off down the third base line. I'll take the count to 0-2. Pasqueda, he got attacked early in the first inning, but a chance to get out of the second inning with no runs scored, keeping it a 2-run game. Grants Pass scored 1 run in each of their first 2 innings. That ball just a half swing, but that is going to do the trick over the second fielder, and that will score a run. Ballard will come in from second, or excuse me, Poff will come in for second, as Quincy Ballard puts another run on the board. Just looked like kind of a check swing, Kyle, but he's able to get it over the second baseman, excuse me, scoring a run for North Medford.
A good bit of 2-strike hitting from Ballard.
I'll bring up Cade Pedersen to the plate, the pitcher, doing a little bit of everything here today. First pitch up out of the zone for a ball. Pitch on the way, hit hard out to right field. Will find its way into foul territory. Runner on first, 2 outs, 1-1 count. That ball is hit foul. Pedersen doing a good job getting his bat on the ball. Pitcher versus pitcher matchup. Obviously Pasqueda on the mound for Grants Pass. Pedersen able to get through the first 2 innings on the mound for North Medford, allowing just 2 runs off of 4 hits and 1 error for the Black Tornado defense. This time it's Pedersen in the batter's box, runner on first. 5-2 lead for North Medford. The 1-2 pitch called strike 3, and that will do it for the second inning. North Medford leads at 5-2 here as we head to the third. You're watching North Medford Baseball.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members. And when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
We welcome you back here to North Medford High School. Top of the third inning, the Black Tornadoes lead it 5-2 after one run came in the second inning for North Medford off of a check swing from Quincy Ballard. Braden Poff able to bring in that run. As we now approach the top of the third inning, on the mound it will still be Cade Pedersen for the Black Tornado, only allowing 2 runs so far. Strike is called, making it a 1-1 count for Nathan Bassett, hitting in the 3 spot for Grants Pass. Pitch skied up into the air. Second baseman is under it there, and that ball will be hauled in by Kyson Sheed. Way to get under that ball there. Hit way up in the air, able to track it down and get the first out of the third inning. As Bassett heads back to the dugout, it'll be Eric Pesqueda. First pitch swung on and missed by Pesqueda. Good job by Pedersen getting him chasing there. We just saw these two go at it in the last inning. It was Pedersen at the plate and Pesqueda on the mound. Little trade rolls here in the top of the third. Second pitch up and out of the zone for the first ball. It'll be a 1-1 count, 1 out. North Medford leading at 5-2. Another ball outside. Good patience by Pesqueda, waiting for his pitch, not chasing anything outside of the zone. Here comes the 2-1 delivery. Another pitch high and outside. Favorable count here for Pesqueda, 3-1. You would expect him to look for his pitch, chase nothing outside the zone, and have some patience here in the batter's box. That ball hit up the middle. North Medford going to have a play, and they're able to connect. The 6-3 for North Medford. Benny Morgan able to collect that ball and swing it over to Quincy Ballard for the second out of the inning. The way this field is set up with the grass by the pitcher's mound going to the dirt, we've seen multiple infielders struggle, making a couple errors throughout this game. No problem there. Another one in the infield, this time to the third baseman. He fires it over too late. And for Grants Pass, they will able to get a runner in, or excuse me, a runner on the bases. This time it's Cam Holland, making his way to first off of the error. That will be an E5 for the North Medford defense. Like I just said, these infielders struggling with some of these ground balls, tending to pop up on them as it comes off the grass. You saw it right there as GP is able to put a man on base. Wild pitch lost behind the catcher. Runner able to advance to second base and get into scoring position. Ball was up a little high. Looked like it bounced off the catcher's mitt and just couldn't find it behind him. As Cameron Holland will advance to second. Ryan Klenn at the plate for Grants Pass, trying to put another run on the board and cut the lead down to 2. That'll be a ball outside, makes the count 2-0. Klenn able to put a bat on the ball. That will drop in front of the left field runner. Thought about going. He'll decide to stay at third. And runners on the corners for Grants Pass with 2 outs. Little rally here for the Caveman. As in the 7th spot, Tyler Meek will come to the plate with a chance to add to Grants Pass's, cut the lead down to Grants Pass from 5-2 to 5-3, make it a 2-run game here with a base hit. Pedersen delivers. Strike 1 right down the middle as Pedersen gets out to an early lead here in the count. The 0-1 pitch a little outside. Pedersen trying to get him to chase there. Meek reluctant to do so. The 1-1 chased outside, swung on and missed. Count falls to 1-2, 2 outs for Grants Pass. Pedersen trying to get North Medford out of the inning. Pitch just a little high up and out of the zone. That'll bring the count to 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. Just a bit outside. Full count. Runners on the corners for Grants Pass. Pivotal point in the game here in the top of the 3rd. Pedersen will check over to first base. Nothing there. Here comes the 3-2 from Pedersen. Swung on and missed as North Medford able to get out of the jam with no damage done. They will lead at 5-2 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. We'll step away for a second. You're watching North Medford and Grants Pass baseball on Table Rock Sports.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Welcome back to Table Rock Sports for a classic Rogue Valley matchup here between the North Medford Black Tornado and the Grants Pass Caveman. Grants Pass had a chance to add some runs onto the board there, runners on the corners with 2 outs, but Cade Pedersen able to get out of the jam with his arm. And North Medford continues to lead at 5-2 in the bottom of the 3rd. As we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, North Medford is undefeated when they score 6 or more runs. They are 4-0 this year when doing so. 1 run away from getting to that 6-run total. Can they do so here in the bottom of the 3rd? Pitch on the way from Pesqueda, hit over to the shortstop. Fumbles it, gets the throw away, and it's a little too high. The runner lowers the shoulder into the first baseman. Looked like both bodies collided. Wasn't sure if that was a necessary move there from the runner. Nevertheless, he's going to get to first base scot-free. It was Reese Thompson with the ground ball hit over to shortstop, and he's able to get on to first base with an errant throw. Pesqueda will check it over the first base, trying to test the legs of Thompson. Nothing there. Colson Stoller trying to lay down the bunt. That will go foul down the first base line. That was Trayton Powers with the air over there at shortstop. And once again, another infielder struggling with these ground balls here at North Medford. Another bunt, tried to get laid down, popped up into the net. That'll bring the count to 0-2. It'll be Colson Stoller at the plate, the left fielder, trying to advance Reese Thompson from first base. He faces an 0-2 count. Pitch right down the middle, able to freeze him. And Stoller will head back to the dugout as he goes down looking. 1 out for Grants Pass. And it'll be 1 on, 1 out for Merrick Jonathan. First pitch of the at-bat, called strike 1. And Pesqueda, as much as he struggled early on in this game, starting to find his rhythm towards the middle third of this game. Jonathan taking signs over from the third base coach. Pesqueda will fire it over to first once again. The 1-1 pitch back to Pesqueda. That'll be called a dead ball. Looked like it must have hit Jonathan on his way out of the batter's box. That'll take the count to 0-2 here with 1 out, runner on first base. North Medford up 5-2 here in the bottom of the third. The 0-2 just a bit outside for Pesqueda. Good pitch trying to get the batter chasing. Unable to do so. Good bat discipline by Jonathan. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and popped up in the infield. Ball will be caught. Ball hauled in by Cameron Holland. It was Colson Stoller who took off. Not sure he saw how high the ball was popped up. Could have been a potential double play, but he's able to get back to first base in time. That will bring up Kyson Sheed in the 9-hole for North Medford. His third at-bat of the game. She tries to lay down a bunt, and that will be popped back behind the catcher. Count falls to 0-1. She taking signs from the third base coach. And we're back to action. Ball swung on and hit hard over to shortstop. Easy play there for Trayton Powers as he gets Grants Pass out of the inning. And as we wrap up the third, it's 5-2 5-2 North Medford.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Back to action here at the top of the fourth. Grants Pass trails at 5-2, but with a chance to get back in this game. That'll be a bunt, try to get laid down by Ryan Sadivi, unable to do so. He falls back in the count 0-1. Grants Pass 2 runs on 5 hits and 4 errors from North Medford. Both teams, when they've had runners in scorer's position, they've had success getting runs on the board. Both infields really struggling inside the diamond. 1-1 pitch, just a bit outside for Pedersen. The count will fall to 2-1. That ball is skied up and out of into foul territory. 2-2 count here for Sadivi. Pedersen, the lefty, Sadivi, righty. The 2-2 swung on and missed, dropped third strike. North Medford able to take care of business with Brady Patterson behind the plate. And that'll be 1 down for Grants Pass. Max Hayes hitting 9th in the lineup for Grants Pass today. That ball swung on and fouled. The 0-1 up and out of the zone. Looked like Pedersen might have lost his footing a little bit there. Nevertheless, 1 ball and 1 strike for Sadivi. Excuse me, Hayes. Ball thrown a little low and inside. 2-1 count. That ball fouled right back at us. Hayes doing a good job putting a bat to the ball. Delivery from Pedersen, skied up into left field. Going to be a tricky play. And able to get taken care of business. That was shortstop Benny Morgan coming all the way over into left field territory, able to get the out there for North Medford. With 2 outs, we'll go back to the top of the lineup. Trayton Powers up to bat for GP. Been a strong showing for Cade Pedersen. Was a little rattled early on in the contest. Grants Pass able to get out to a 1-0 lead. Since then, he's been pretty potent on the mound. The 1-0 pitch fouled off by Powers. After a brief pause in play, we'll get back to it. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Cade Pedersen with a chance to make quick business of this Grants Pass lineup. That ball swung on and missed for strike 2. As it's deuces across the board for North Medford. Pedersen tried to get Powers to chase a little bit there. Powers not giving in. The payoff pitch. Up and out of the zone, and Powers will work his way to first base on the walk. And Grants Pass showing a little bit of life here with 2 outs. That'll bring up the left fielder, Evan Valensula, here in the top of the 4th. First pitch swung on and fouled. The 0-1 hit right back up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. The runner will advance, and all of a sudden, Grants Pass with a little 2-out rally. The single from Evan Valensula, able to move Powers to second, and a runner in scoring position for Grants Pass. We are going to get a meeting here on the mound for North Medford. We'll take a brief pause in action, step away here. You're watching North Medford Baseball on Table Rock Sports.
Sports are in trouble, and officials are in extreme demand.
So we're looking for people like you.
Former athletes,
Parents and community members.
What it takes is attention to detail.
A positive attitude and respect for the game.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
Because the hard truth is,
No ref, no game. Play ball.
Coming out of the break to the mound, it'll still be Cade Pedersen here pitching for North Medford. Up to bat for Grants Pass will be Nathan Bassett. There's North Medford with 2 outs, able to put 2 runners on. A chance for them to cut into this North Medford lead here in the top of the 4th. One-0 count for Bassett. Pitch called strike 1. Pedersen able to ramp up the velocity a little bit on that one. Count now at 1-1. Powers on second, Valensula on first for GP. Is that pitch low and away for a ball 2? One up out of the zone. Bassett doing a good job working the count here. 3-1. Pedersen gonna have to throw him a strike at some point. If Bassett's able to put a bat on it, runs could come pouring in for GP. And that will be a ball 4. And just like that, the base is loaded for Grants Pass. Just a few moments ago, felt like it was gonna be a 3-up, 3-down situation for the Black Tornado. All of a sudden, they find themselves here with their backs against the wall. At this point, starting to question how much longer North Medford's going to ride the arm of Cade Pedersen. First pitch called strike. As once again, we have that pitcher versus pitcher matchup. As for Grants Pass, it's Eric Pesqueda at the plate. That ball hit foul. Pesqueda and his work on the mound today for Grants Pass. 5 runs allowed off of 3 hits and 2 errors. Now looking to give his team some life with his bat. The 0-2, cold strike 3, and a quick plate appearance for Pesqueda as Cade Pedersen able to get out of the jam once again. North Medford survives a scary situation. As we head to the bottom of the 4th, North Medford leads it 5-2.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes,
Parents,
community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes, people like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
It is the bottom of the 4th inning, and we welcome you back. North Medford High School. The Black Tornado are leading at 5-2. For those of us just joining, Grants Pass went from having no runners on with 2 outs to the bases loaded. It was Eric Pesqueda at the plate with a chance to bring home some runs and make it a pretty competitive game here in the bottom of the 4th. However, Cade Pedersen able to get out of the jam in just 3 pitches against Pesqueda. And he survives another scary situation. He's found himself a couple times with runners in scoring position with 2 outs. However, majority of those appearances, he's been able to get out of them unscathed. It'll be a pitching change for Grants Pass. Eric Pesqueda will take a seat, and it'll be Mason Scott on the mound for the Caveman. As for North Medford, it'll be number 1, Benny Morgan, the shortstop, up to bat for North Medford. Grants Pass defensively 4 errors with 5 runs allowed. Tough to play effective defense when you're not able to get outs, obviously, as they look to find a new mojo here with Scott at the mound. Scott's first pitch called strike. Scott, the southpaw, looking to bring a new look here for Grants Pass as we enter the second half of the contest. And the strike 2 catches the inside for Scott. He's got a little bit of a slower windup. Able to do some work with it so far. That ball hit out to center field. He's under it and able to make the catch is Max Hayes. That'll be 1 out down for Grants Pass. As Mason Scott looks to find his groove early. In action here in the bottom of the 4th. Up to the plate for North Medford will be Braden Poff. First pitch called strike 1. Scott's able to get ahead in the count once again. Ball just a little bit low and out of the zone. Brings the count to 1-1. Poff on his last at bat. Saw him place down kind of an awkward hit to the shortstop and able to get to first base, but not without contact as he swings and misses at that one. Looking to get on base once again and provide some insurance for North Medford. The 1-2 from Scott. Ooh, looked like it landed in the zone there towards the end. Just broke a little late. here comes the 2-2. Ball hit at the third baseman. He muffs it. And that is going to be a hit for Braden Poff as he finds his way to first base once again. And the fielding woes continue for Grants Passes. That time, it is third baseman Tyler Meek unable to come up with the ball and make the play there. Brady Patterson will come to the plate for North Medford as we get some lefty-on-lefty action here between Scott and Patterson. First pitch outside. The 1-0 pitch. Hard swing and miss there from Patterson. He wanted that one. Swung out of his shoes a little bit. Runner goes. And that's going to be a balk from Scott. Scott saw the runner take off, wasn't able to get around in time, and he's going to get called for the balk. As Braden Poff advances to second there. Good base running from the Black Tornado. Scott pitches outside. 2-1 count in favor of Brady Patterson. 2-1 hit up the middle, and that might just score a run. Here comes Poff around third. Poff will score as Brady Patterson with the RBI. Had good patience at the plate, waited for his pitch, and was able to crank that one out to center field. And the lead expands to 4 for North Medford. Up to the plate will be Quincy Ballard. He has 1 on and 1 out following the RBI from Patterson. Once again, another lefty-on-lefty matchup here between Scott and Ballard. This time Patterson's going to go. Runner. Oh, he's pushed off the base. He's going to get called out. Brady Patterson looking to force Mason Scott into an awkward situation once again, but this time Scott able to get the ball to first. First baseman fired over to second. Patterson will be called out on the bases. Heads up play there from Ryan Klenn. The first baseman to get that ball over to second in time for the out. No runners on for Ballard. And he'll lead the count 1-0. That ball hit down the first baseline and foul. The 1-1. Ball hit out to right field, and that's going to drop. As Quincy Ballard able to work his way to first base once again, as the bats of North Medford have really started to light it up here in the 4th. That'll bring up Cade Pedersen in the 5 spot for North Medford. Two outs. That ball skied up behind the plate. Catcher's going to have a chance at it, and he will get it. Strong play there by Nathan Bassett to get the catcher's mask off and get to the ball. That will take us to the bottom of the fourth, or excuse me, the top of the fifth. North Medford leads it 6-2.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days.
We bring you back here to the top of the fifth at North Medford High. The Black Tornado lead at 6-2 after a RBI there from Brady Patterson, the catcher, able to bring in Poff on the bases. And it'll be a 6-2 hole for Grants Pass. Ball hit right back at Pedersen, and he's able to collect it and get the catch. Heads up play there from Cade Pedersen. Head on a swivel. Ball was fired at him. That ball hit by Cameron Holland. Unable to get past the pitcher as another one cranked out, this time to center field. And that one is going to be caught. This time Quincy Ballard able to track it down out there in the outfield. 2 pitches, it'll be 2 outs. And what has a chance to be another quick inning for this Black Tornado defense led by pitcher Cade Pedersen. The delivery to Powers will be a ball. That one a little outside as Pedersen falls behind the count 2-0. That one just a little bit up as Trayton Powers in a favorable count here at 3-0. And that'll be a ball. Trayton Powers will advance to first base. Grants Pass able to get another man on the bases. After a little back and forth between the GP coaches and the home base ump, we'll get back to it. Pedersen, another ball, is after getting 2 outs on his first 2 pitches, he's now thrown 5 consecutive balls. And that will force a trip to the mound for the North Medford coaching staff, as that looks to be it for Cade Pedersen on the bump today. Going through today's matchup, obviously North Medford leading at 6-2, each team with 6 hits. However, Grants Pass with 4 errors out in the field to just 2 by North Medford. It's been a struggle for the Grants Pass defense with ground balls in the infield, and that has led to a plethora of runs from North Medford throughout the last couple of innings, including a 4-run barrage to kick it off in the bottom of the first. As we get back to action, it is Ryan Sadivy at the plate with 2 outs and 1 runner on. Second pitch of the at-bat will be a ball. 2-0 count. Despite the trip to the mound, North Medford deciding to stick it with Pedersen, looking to round out the top of the 5th here. Here comes the 3-0 down the pipe for a strike. 3-1 count, still in favor of Ryan Sadivy. As that one, Sadivy thought he got a ball, was going to work his way to first base, but that one called strike 2. Pedersen working his way back to now a full count. So he'll get it over to first base, looking to keep Tyler Meek on first. Meek will take off, but it won't matter. It's a called strike 3. Impressive work there from Cade Pedersen to work his way back from a 3-out count to get the strikeout. It'll be North Medford up to bat after the break. They lead it 6-2.
Sports are in trouble, and officials are in extreme demand.
So we're looking for people like you.
Former athletes.
Parents and community members.
What it takes is attention to detail.
A positive attitude and respect for the game.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
Because the hard truth is,
No ref, no game. Play ball.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Whether it's game day or a family get-together, Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
You want diverse venues?
We return back to action in the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Reese Thompson getting things started off for North Medford. This ball hit hard and high out to center field. Able to get under it is Hayes. And it'll be a quick first out for the Grants Pass defense. Grants Pass has had no issues getting a bat on the ball, whether it was Eric Pesqueda on the mound earlier for Grants Pass to start things off. Now it's been Mason Scott. North Medford has been able to give him some troubles with their base running. First pitch called ball against Colson Stoller now at the plate. Stoller takes for a called strike 1. The 1-1 low, and that might have hit him. It did. That pitch caught his foot, and he will get on base with a hit by pitch. Subbing in down to the game, Connor Roush in his first plate appearance of today's game. One on, one out for Roush. His first plate appearance, as I just mentioned. Chance to move a runner into scoring position, and don't be surprised if you see North Medford try to move their guys around the bases here behind the arm of Mason Scott. Scott fires over the first. Smart play there. Both of the runners that Scott faced in the 4th inning tried to steal on him. One successful, one not, as they were able to tag Brady Patterson out in second. Pitch out to the catcher, and he fires it back to first. No play there. Stoller on first with one out. Roush at the plate. He pops out to left field. That ball's going to drop. And here comes Stoller. He rounds third. They're going to hold him up there at third base. As in his first at-bat of the game, Connor Roush with the double. lot of room out there in left field. Ball was able to drop. And North Medford once again able to get guys in scoring position with their bats. Stoller at third, Roush at second. Brings up Kyson Sheed to the plate. He leads the count 1-0 with 2 runners in scoring position. Ball up and out of the zone for a ball 2. That pitch low and out of the zone. As Scott falls behind 3-0. Things could get real ugly here for Grants Pass. A walk would load the bases, and a base hit here from Sheed would likely score 2. The 3-0. Called strike 1. Good work there by Scott to stay alive and find one in the zone. 3-1 from Scott. That's low. Looks like it might have even hit Sheed. Won't matter regardless with it being a 3-1 count. Sheed will work his way to first base, and the bases are now juiced for North Medford. And we will now return to the top of the order for North Medford. Benny Morgan making his way back to the plate as Mason Scott finds himself in a jam here with 1 out. First pitch of the at-bat, called strike 1. Bases loaded, 1 strike, 1 out. That ball up and fouled off by Morgan. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Mason Scott trying to work his way out of a tough situation here as the bases are loaded. The 0-2 pitch hit the batter. That would make the 3rd straight batter hit by Mason Scott. A Stoller will bring it in home. And once again, another hit by pitch will bring in a run as the lead extends to 7-2 in favor of North Medford. That ball thrown behind. Ball throw behind Braden Poff as Mason Scott starting to have some struggles finding the zone. Nathan Bassett will head out and talk things over with his pitcher. That ball hit over to the shortstop. Great hustle, but unable to make the play. And that will score another run, and that will be an RBI for Braden Poff. Good hustle there by Trayton Powers, the shortstop, diving effort to make that play, however, unable to find a bag to get it to. That'll make it 8-2 in favor of the Black Tornado. It'll be Brady Patterson back to the plate, who had a single for an RBI in his last at-bat. He'll have the bases loaded with 1 out. A chance to blow this game wide open. Here comes the delivery from Scott. Ball swung on and off the foot of Patterson as he looks to walk it off. Looks like he got a piece of his left leg on that one. Here comes the 0-1 to Patterson. And that ball is at his head. Count 1-1. The 1-1 to Patterson. That'll be low for ball 2. As Scott once again kind of struggles to find his pitch in the strike zone. That ball hit out to the outfield in between left center. And the left fielder will be there to make the play, but not before a tag up from Kyson Sheed. He'll bring it home. Good work by Patterson to get that one deep enough into the outfield, as it was Evan Valenzuela out there in left field able to catch the ball but not able to fire back to home. Would have been a really, really long throw. Nevertheless, 2 outs for Grants Pass, 1 run scores. Runners on the corner as Quincy Ballard returns to the plate. 9-2 lead for North Medford. Scott fires over to the first runner. Oh, ball behind the first baseman. Runner still going around the bases. He'll get to third. Benny Morgan will score from third as the ball just got past Ryan Klenn, the first baseman. Scott went over to keep the runner at first. Ball lost down the first base line. And another run scored for North Medford. The ball is cranked into right field. Ball hit hard by Ballard, and that'll bring in Kyson Sheed. This game has been blown wide open. North Medford leads it 11-2 here. If I'm not mistaken, one more run here from North Medford would end the game with a 10-run rule. Runner on first, 2 outs. That ball is outside. Ball fouled off down the first baseline by Pedersen. It's been a good day on the bump and at the plate for Pedersen. Had a couple mound visits there at the top of this inning. I would imagine if North Medford was to go back out on defense, he would take a rest as he ducks the pitch there from Scott. Only 2 earned runs off of 2 errors and 6 hits by Grants Pass in today's matchup. So not a bad performance by Pedersen at all. That pitch high and inside once again. As the count now falls to 3-1. Runner on first for North Medford. Three-1 up and out of the zone. Pedersen will work his way to first. Ballard will head to second, and another runner in scoring position for North Medford. That'll bring Reese Thompson to the plate. As Cade Pedersen will head off, it'll be a pinch runner at first for North Medford. Appears to be number 12, Ethan Lang. Get a pause in action from the home plate umpire. Now we're back to business. Thompson at the plate. Runners on first and second. First pitch low and in for Scott. That ball hit in the gap. Shortstop able to make a play. Can he get there in time? Safe. Close call there between Reese Thompson and the first baseman. Ball was on the ground for what felt like forever. Trayton Powers with another strong effort out there at shortstop. Tried to get the ball over to first in time, but Glenn unable to make the play before the runner was reaching first base. It'll be bases loaded. The game-sealing run is at third base. North Medford looking to head home early. First pitch swung on and missed by Stoller. North Medford fans anticipating a win here with a base hit. 2 outs. Ball up and out of the zone for a ball. That ball hit out to left field. That's going to drop, and that'll do it. Quincy Ballard will touch home plate along with the rest of the base runners for North Medford. And I wouldn't necessarily call it a walk-off, but a timely hit from Colston Stoller will send this game to a conclusion. It'll be North Medford 12, I guess you would say, not counting the remaining runs. Grants Pass 2. As we wrap things up early here, the bottom of 5 from North Medford, they win it 12-2. They get their 5th win of the season. They once again are 5-0 when scoring 6 or more runs. They did so here again today, and they will pick up a win against a Rogue Valley rival in the Grants Pass Cavemen. We're going to send it to break here. I'm Carter Stedman, alongside me, Kyle Clements and Ari Moon. That is going to do it here from Table Rock Sports.